Hey, welcome everybody to A Kiss for Luck and the Special Breeders' Cup edition. I'm Steve,
I'm Charisse.
and our third side of our triangle, the third leg of the stool, always needed, always necessary. Big Mike Crutchfield. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great that I got all you here, and then I got my other brothers here too. Barry and Dan, I'm ready to roll.
You got it, baby. Speaking of those two, coming all the way from, oh, wait a minute, you're not back east. Barry the Sniper Spears, where are you, Barry?
I'm at Delmar, sitting right next to the paddock.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful, baby. Very nice, very nice. And I'm sure our next guest, of course, the Fat Ball Guy Racing owner, Big Dan, Dan Cronin. How you doing, Dan?
What
Oh,
you doing? Barry, what you doing?
look at that.
Hanging
He's
out.
bragging is what he's
Oh,
doing. We're all sitting
those
in
are
our
great.
houses, and look at this guy.
Making us jealous.
Yeah,
How you doing,
baby.
Dan?
I'm doing good, having a good week, and can't wait for the races this weekend.
Okay. All right. Good. Good deal. Good deal. Let's get to those races, shall we? Looks like we're going to have about 72, 71, 72 degrees, beautiful weather, no problems. And I guess that's the reason why you want to hold a Breeders' Cup out here because you're not going to get any problems, that's for sure. And you've got no problems this weekend. So knock on wood, let's keep that rolling and let's get into it, shall we? Big Mike Crutchfield from Northern California. Why don't you start us off Friday, first Breeders' Cup race, race 6. That is the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint, sir.
Yeah, and I think Dan is probably going to be aligned with me most of the time when we're talking about turf races. The Europeans are just better than our turf horses, flat out. Period. In most races, they won every single turf race, the Euros last year. And I'm going to go with number 8, Havana Anna, who chased True Love home. I think those are the two. So in that sixth race, I'm gonna go with Havana Anna. That's my
Okay.
top choice.
All right, sounds good. And how about you, Barry? What do you got in that race?
I am exactly the same. I thought Havana Anna is just a little bit better than True Love. I know True Love has won a couple of times more, but those seem like the top two to me. You might want to throw in Mission Central maybe in like a try situation, but I agree with Mike. The Euros really have the edge in this race.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Dan, do we have a quorum here? What do you think?
I hate to say the same two horses, but
Oh,
in my BCBC plans, the 8 and 9 are the main horses in the daily double. I'm gonna try to clock both of them, and I might throw the one Brussels in. And some rag sheets guys are begging me to add Cyfair, so I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet, but 8, 9 for sure. I'm with you guys there.
Yeah.
Well, this is sounding like an absolute landslide. Sharice, what do you think that race?
no, it's not.
Ah,
All
lay
right.
it on us.
All right, hear me out. I am going to number 3, Royal Testament. No, he's not a Euro. She's not a Euro. I'm sorry, Philly Mare. Um, she's improving with every race. Throw out her first race at Gulfstream. Every race she improved. And I think she's stepping up from grade 3 where she ran second to final accord and into the Breeders' Cup race. But she has the master on board, Flavian Pratt for George Weaver. At 12 to 1, we'll probably get more than that, probably 15 to 20 to 1. I'm going to make my top pick the 3, Royal Testament.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I think you're getting every bit of 12. Yeah, I think you're right, 15 to 20 on that. I think the best thing about that horse, in my opinion, is Pratt. You can't argue that point. And I'm going to make it a clean sweep because I've got the 8 and 9 also. So let's just let's just go to the next race and hope we can continue on and be alive to race number 7. And this one is the mile of 16th. NetJets Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. It's on the main track. Mike, Who you got here in the race 7?
Okay, and I gotta pick on my middle brother Dan because you're the older brother and Barry is the younger one. So I got to pick on Dan a little bit here. I'm totally throwing out the two Coast favorites. I don't. The way they looked running, stretching out to a route for the first time, I don't want either one of them. I'm gonna. My top pick is gonna be Explorer. The number 7 Explorer. Is going to be my top selection. Obviously, I'm going to go deeper in the race, but we only get one pick here. That was a rule. So my top choice is number 7, Explorer.
Well, it's not necessarily a rule. It's just a guideline, as they used to say in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Just guidelines here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you're really jonesing to give another, you feel free to give another. But if you want to stop at Explorer, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop at Explorer.
Deal. Barry, what do you think here?
Yeah, this race is real interesting. I tend to agree with Mike here that the East Coast horses I don't think are as strong. A horse that I'm going to pick is number 9, Lawali. I think the pace scenario in this race favors her a lot. I think she needed more pace and pressure on a horse like Explorer and a horse like Super Corridor, who's going to be out there winging it too. Probably mix in a little Percy's Bar, and you got a party. And I think Lawali's going to get the best trip out of everybody here. She definitely has the goods to win a race like this, and I think she gets the setup. And 10-1's a good price. And Flavien Prat.
Yeah, we're going to hear a lot of that. And Flavien Prat. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm making huge doubles into Explorer. I think she's going to sit 4th or 5th and blast home like she did last time. And I absolutely loved her race last time. She did at no time pull. She didn't get antsy. First time she's ever been behind any kind of horses. And she just jogged on the first turn right into position. And I think she's going to do that again. And I think she's going to blast home. And the only other filly I would use on any tickets would be Percy's Bar. The only question is, will Axeman take her back? Because the only way she can win is he's got to take her back. If he tries to send her to the lead again, which was a great move last time, from the rail in that race, but he can't do that again. He's got to take her back or she'll get burned up in that pace. So that's the only two I would.
I agree. All right, Therese, what do you got?
Not them.
Okay.
My top selection is the other Baffert. I'm going to use the one that his wife owns because I heard her interviewed yesterday, and that filly looks amazing. Bottle of Rouge, number 2. Hear me out, gentlemen. Who's the only horse in this race to be beaten by Bottle of Rouge?
Explorer. Lawali.
Yeah.
Bingo! There you go. Oh, 2 horses. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. She
And
beat
Super
them.
Corridor.
Excuse me, what track was that she beat them on?
Del Mar.
Yeah. So I say Bottle of Rouge all the way for the Baffert family. 9-2 morning line with the genius Mike Smith. I am going to use 9 Lawali because that's a sentiment to my dad, who was an awesome handicapper himself. We lost him 20 years ago, but Lawali for Walt Winter. So 2-9 for me, gentlemen, but the 2 is my win bet.
Nice. Okay, I like Explorer, so I'm just going to move on to the next one. You have said all I need to say. I like Explorer a whole bunch. So let's go to the 8th race, and this is the John Deere Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly Turf, and it's a mile. What do you have, Michael?
Again, in my pick 5, this is where I'm going to single, and I just believe the number 13. I don't care about the post. When the horse is much the best, doesn't matter where the post is. I just believe that they can work out a trip. And I'm going to single the 13 in my pick 5. I just think that horse is far superior, and I'm singling there. Precise.
Okay. Can't argue that. How about you, Barry? You going to argue that?
Yes. I think the 13 is a really tough post, especially at this track. But that being said, I'm going to go the inside. Ultimate Love, the one, ran really good last time and won easy. It's hard when horses come from a circuit like Laurel out here, but I was very impressed on how this horse just kind of drew off from that field and kind of proved herself to be a little bit better. And I think she can translate that here. Gets a good post position, and I think she's going to do it. So we're going to go with the one, Ultimate Love.
Okay, fantastic. 8-1. Gotta love that. And Johnny Velasquez, he's won one or two Breeders' Cups, so he knows what he's doing out there. How about you, Dan?
Well, I think the 13's pretty captain obvious, but I'm going to try to blow up the BCBC with the 5 Final Accord, 15-1. Mark Cassie, my favorite rider on the planet, Jose Ortiz. You know how some guys are really lucky for you, and then other guys you're just like, man, every time I have a big bet alive, he does something stupid. And it's just funny how, after years you get to where you really like a certain rider. And Jose's been so lucky for me over the years that I love him on prices. I love him when he's on a tight turf course because he loves to be right on that hedge. Like with Pizza Bianca, he's not scared to shoot through that rail and shoot through holes. And I think this one's going to be sitting about third or fourth on the hedge. And when they turn for home, he's going to try to shoot through. And I'm hoping at 15-1 he can pull the upset. But I'll have the 13 in some bets. I'm not going to throw her out, but I think you got a big shot to blow up the board with Final Accord.
Nice.
Wow.
And Therese, you're next. But what did your dad always say? If a horse is never lost,
He did exactly. And if he's a speed horse, he's never seen the back end of a horse. So you got to use them.
Hasn't done anything wrong. So
Yeah.
how about you,
Okay.
Therese? What do you think?
Well, I'm with Mike. I'm going to single the 13 precise and everything, the favorite. Onward.
Okay. My second choice here is I actually get to say something now. I don't agree with everybody on this. So so I think Precise is definitely the class of the field, but I also agree with Barry being in the 13 hole. On this course too, because you got to really get over quickly. I mean, granted it's a Euro and he's got, they're prone to just tuck it in, stalk, and let it out at the end. I get that, but still, that's a whole lot to do from the 13 hole. I am looking at the number 2 here, Queen of Hawaii, the Irish bred. This horse has won his last 2. I watched the replay of the August 30th. Very impressive. I think this horse is ready and it's going to hit just right. I think a mile is exactly where this horse wants to be. And I'm playing the damp Del Mar type of vibe there. He's an Irish bred. He's going to love the fact he's near the ocean. He's going to, whatever. I'm trying to blow up the board too. If you know what I'm trying to do, Dan, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm just going to try to do it with the 2-horse Queen of Hawaii. So that's going to be my horse, but also putting the 13 in because you just can't leave him out. All right, let's go to race number 9 at Del Mar here. It's a mile and a 16th Breeders' Cup Juvenile, sponsored by FanDuel and the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance. So there you go. I got all the plugs in. Who do you got in the 9th here, Mike?
I'm gonna go with and I just kind of thinking Dan might be on my coattail here, but I really like the 2 Blackout Time. I think that listening to Kenny McPeak talk about this horse and watching that horse chase Ted Nafi home was a really impressive race to me. And if he's anywhere near 5-1, I'm gonna bet that horse until they say that I can't bet him no more. I like him that much. So the number 2 Blackout Time for me.
Okay. Beautiful. Second off a layoff. That's always a good angle too. Barry, what do you got?
Brant, and more Brant. I think that horse is really, really excellent. He's a very balanced runner. You look at him run.
Yeah.
And he comes off the track. All of his bandages have the same amount of dirt on him. He's very fast. He'll show it. He'll beat Ted Nafi, and we'll move on with a 5-2 shot in our pocket from Bob Baffert.
Do you think you're going to get that on him?
Hmm.
You think you'll get
No,
5-2?
nah, probably like 2-1.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to go down too bad because I mean Ted Noffey is the one everyone's gonna sing a single if they're going to single. So you might get 5-2, but hey, better than 4-5. What do you
That's
got?
right.
Yep.
Go ahead,
So
Dan. Yep.
so I see in the last 2-year-old race and this one, you guys have ignored the Bob Baffert statistic, which is one of the few negative statistics that he's ever had, which he's never won a Breeders' Cup race from the Del Mar Futurity or the Del Mar Debutante layoff to the Breeders' Cup. He's zero career doing that. So
Interesting.
you're both thinking that he's going to be able to do that, and maybe he will, but I'm playing the opposite. I'm taking Ted Noffey on top of the 1 and 2, and I'm
Wow.
watching it a million times. I think Ted Noffey's Uncle Mo reincarnated. I think he's going to run off and win by 5, and I'm hoping one of those two closers will come flying for second, and I can crush an exacta in the BCBC.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Shreese. Well,
Hey,
you
Kenny, just can I have one question? Hey, Kenny, did
first again.
you, I mean, Dan, what did you think about Kenny's horse?
Yeah, I'm using him for second. That blackout time. I think he's got a
Uh-huh.
big chance in there.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Ted Noffey's a lot like I thought Sovereignty was. I think he breathes different air, and we'll find out. And I love the post. Some people don't like it. I love it because he
Mm-hmm.
can't get in any trouble like Fierceness a few years back. He's just going to fall over second or third. And if Brant's a superstar, he's going to win. He's going to run off and win. But if he gets a little short when they turn for home, I'm hoping Ted Noffey will engage him, early, and then that'll soften him up. And here come the two closers. I think Intrepido is going to hit the board at 8 or 10 to 1, and I think that exact has got a big potential to pay 30 or $40. Where
Mhm.
blackout time will probably be about $20. But obviously, I got to get Brant out of 1-2 to have anything happen.
Yeah, gotcha.
Cool. All right, Shreese. I know that you're branting. You were branting earlier. What do you think?
I'm with my man Barry, Buddy Barry. I love this horse. And you remember who teed us off to this horse months before he ran? Our friend Gabe Vartanian, Live and Breathe Horse Racing on Facebook. He was touting this horse before he ran. So I love Brant, but I am going to do kind of a fun exacta. I'm going to use Brant on top. I'm going to stick litmus test in there, and I'm also going to stick the number 1 Intrepido for Jeff Mullins. Won the American Pharaoh with Hector on board at Santa Anita. We don't really know how good this horse is yet, so my choice is 7, and then use the 6 and the 1.
Okay, 7 and 6, 1. Yeah, I think Dan said it the best, at least my opinion in this race. I think the 8 breathes different air. I just think that horse is tough. We're going to find out in a couple of days here, but I think that horse is going to show up big time. And I love the 8 hole too. I don't want him in between horses and messing around with, any bumping and cutting off or any of that other nonsense. And Velasquez, of course he's a pro. He'll get a nice trip there. I am absolutely going to go that horse on top of some exactas and all the horses you all mentioned. I'm going to put underneath for sure. But I love the 8, which is boring. But you know what? You got to pick some singles if you're going to do some spreading. So that's one of them for me. So we're going to go to the 10th race, Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Mile. And
Yeah.
Mike, you're up.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a shot here. And again, it's the Euro. And again, I've had a lot of success. 2 years in a row hitting these pick 4s and 5s with these Euros, and I'm going to use the number 10, Ardisia. And I just think that this is a horse that's going to come in, under the radar. And although these are listed races that this horse has run in, but they put this horse on a plane and got the horse out here, and they're just not bringing this horse just to smell the sea water. So I think this horse probably go off at 25-1 and or better, and I'm going to be all over the number 10.
Well, you know what? He's 11 lifetime starts, 8 in the money, so you can't shake a stick at that. What do you think there, Barry?
Well, you guys are really gonna be amazed at this pick, but I'm not too fond of the Euros in this spot. Either one of them, they don't look that good. And in fact, I'm gonna go with number 5. Let's Be Frank, the maiden. His race in the Pilgrim was excellent. He was wide the whole way, closed into the pace, and finished behind Botus and Here's Johnny, who both drew terrible posts in this race. Gastad on the way outside is really, really tough to get to at that spot, even though he's probably the most likely of horses to win this race. It's just too hard for me. I can't. I just have the vision of this horse finishing second. That being said, I think the 5, Let's Be Frank, is flying under the radar, gets JJ Hernandez also, which is key. He rides this turf as well as anybody else, and I think this horse has a real big shot and flying a little bit under the radar.
Nice. 15-1. That is, you're going to get every bit plus on that one.
Yeah.
Dan, who you got?
Yeah, the maker people didn't think they were going to get in. They were in shock. That's why they didn't have a rider and had to reach for JJ Hernandez and got a great rider. I mean, they got lucky there. He's got a big chance. He's just got to grow up some. He's been really green in his 2 starts, but man, he's got a world of talent. So in the pick 4s and 5s, I have to have him. Stod, if you do buyer's numbers or the sheets, I call the sheets the rags. The race is over. He's way faster on the rags numbers than anybody else. But again, that's a boring pick. So I'm going to the 2, Street Beast, who's got numbers that are really good. The rags really like this horse as a second or third choice. And I just think how many 2-year-olds can win and then come back in a week and run off the screen in a race like that. I mean, that race was a good, solid race at Kentucky Downs. And man, he was running off the screen. He went 109 flat, 133 and change. And he's got a great inside post. He doesn't need the lead. I can picture him sitting about 4th on that hedge at about 12 or 15-1. And when they turn that bend, the Axeman's going to ask him if he's good enough, and we'll find out. But if you're betting any kind of rolling bets like Mike and I and everybody likes to bet, I don't know how you make a ticket without Street Beast.
Wow.
And the angle I love is he's getting better every race. And obviously the last one, super impressive. And we're talking Kentucky Downs. That is not an easy course to finish on. I mean, you're talking some rolling hills, some uphill, and he takes off by 7 lengths. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. And like you said, Dan, there's not a bunch of bow wows that go to Kentucky Downs. People are bringing their good horses, so it's not like he beat a bunch of rough. What do you think there, Therese?
Well, no one's mentioned my top play, so I will. I'm going to go with the 9, Argos, with Flavien Prat in the irons. Riley Mott starting to train like his father. I don't know. He won the summer grade 1 in Canada. He can get the distance. I am going to play him. I may do a trifecta box just for fun with prices. The 2 prices I really like, and Mike, here we go. OXO Equine for Don Chatlos, right?
Here we go.
Number
My
7,
boy.
Gordon Pass. William Walden training. Got to throw him in there. And the 11 with Tyler on board, Turf Star for Graham Motion. I say 7, 9, 11, and the 9 to win.
Wow.
So I'm going to have to call Don now.
Yes, we should.
BC to
We
ask him.
should. Absolutely.
I'll give him a call. Okay.
And let us know. Let us know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a text message thread, so just put it on the text message, please.
Yep. Got it.
need to know basis, and we need to know.
We need to know.
Yeah, I agree with what you're talking about with Stott on the outside because one it's first two and then it was second, second, second. I don't necessarily think that that's a tendency to hang or doesn't want to win, but at 9 to 5 and the 14 hole, yeah, I just got to go somewhere else. I don't think I really want to go there. So I you know. It's a very interesting race, and I agree on Street Beast 100%. I mean, I really enjoy that one. I think the 12 with Clement coming up, Botas, I think that one is gonna run well. I think the 13 Hey Nene is gonna run well. I can see the 13 and the 14 finishing up certainly in the super on both of those. I just don't have a really great opinion on this. I can't say, you know what, I'm going to bet this horse with both hands because I just don't really like them. I mean, some of the horses that I think have got a puncher's chance, the 3 outfielder with Wesley Ward. I love the fact when it's second Euro, second time off in the United States like that. Let's be frank, North Coast, Ardizia. I think that's got a shot. And the 13 and 14. So this is obviously what I'm telling you is this is not going to be one of my singles. I'm going as deep as I can go on this one. So that is going to wrap it up for the Breeders' Cup Friday. Anything to add on that, ladies and gentlemen? Anything? Nope.
No, best time of the year for everybody. Glad to see Barry's out in California getting some of that California love and this beautiful weather and enjoy yourself out there and Dan, as always, man, thank you for coming on the show and we really appreciate it and let's just make some money this weekend.
Dr. Agnew on the undercard.
Who?
What? Ooh,
5-1, Dr. Agnew.
okay.
What race is that?
Cherie's horse.
Yeah, Cherie DeVoe. I'm pretty sure it's a second race. Won't be favored.
Deal.
There you go.
All right,
Okay.
we're circling. Dr. Agnew.
Dr. Agnew.
Yeah,
Okay. Is that on
Agnes without the
Saturday?
S. Yeah,
Friday. Second race.
Friday. Okay.
second race Friday.
Oh, I got a pick for you. First race Friday, Dan. We could do a double. You ready?
Westwood.
Vodka. With my man Kent DeSormo. Only mount of the weekend.
Okay.
By Stay Thirsty.
Well, let's
Go
hope.
Vodka. Not a good named horse for him to ride, but what the
No,
hell?
not at all.
He's a good guy to drink with, though.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's just move on with that, shall we? Let's go to Saturday. Breeders' Cup Saturday. The Breeders' Cup races start in race number 4, everybody. And we have got the PNC Bank Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint 7 furlong affair. Mike, who you got in this one?
Okay, and that's race 4, right?
It looks like Barry got something home. He's cheering.
Oh, what you got?
Yeah.
What you got?
You got the
The
4.
four.
58
The
win?
four.
Did the 4
Big
win?
doubles. Big doubles, yeah.
Okay, good for you.
4.
I had him in my pick 5 to start, so that's nice.
Just
Okay,
got up.
All right.
yeah.
Corporal
So-
Violet. Oh. I had the 8.
Purple Violet. Yeah. I like that one too. Great one. All right, Mike, go for it.
Okay, so number 4, Breeders' Cup, Philly Mare and Sprint, Philly Mare and Sprint. I'm gonna take the number 2. I'm gonna take Baffert to number 2. Love the race at a mile, stepping back to 7 furlongs. I think that's the biggest last race, one of the last race biggest buyers, and I think that I'm just gonna play Splendora for Mr. Baffert.
Okay. Fair enough. Quick and easy. All right, Mr. Violet, to one for you. I can't believe the horse did it go off at 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, great price.
Yeah.
Looked like a cinch on paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody bet that horse. They laid it all on the one, huh? With
The one in the 8 took a lot of action.
Wonder
wow.
what my pick five's about to pay.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
it?
Who
You
you got?
have
Who
it?
you got? Who you got?
I got it. It's
You got
just
it. You hit?
That was the
paid.
pick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want me to tell you? Or you
I'll tell
want to be
ya.
It's gonna pay
surprised?
great. It's gonna pay
I'll tell
great.
you.
It's gonna pay
Hang
good.
on, I gotcha. Pools and
1,500, my
info.
friend.
Will pays. Pick 5 to the number, what number? 4?
15 and 10. $1,510.
1,510. Nice.
Nice.
Put up.
Well
More
done.
gummy bears.
Don't tell
We
the
got-
old lady.
There you go.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got seed money.
Uh,
All right. So now Dan's thinking, well, there were a couple of races I wasn't sure I was going to spread in tomorrow, but I just might now. Good for you. Good for you. All right, Barry, who you got in this race 4 on Saturday?
I'm gonna take number 9, Rishi. I think they haven't really ridden this horse to win. If you go back and look in the times that the other Baffert horses were in races with this one, it didn't look like they were riding this horse to win. When they did, he won. But I think this horse needs a target, and Splendora is that target. I think they're going to get a real good trip. He's using a rider in Luis Saez that's the master at what I call the Luis Saez stick. And he sticks to the lead horse like glue and takes over at the top of the stretch and wins. And that's the trip that Rishi projects to get. And I think he will, and will get that 5-1, I think.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Right.
Well, you look back and I mean he's beaten Splendora, and he was right in there at Cavalieri, Copion, Hope Road. I mean, right in there with all those. Seismic Beauty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this horse has definitely danced every dance and has not disappointed really very much. I mean, first, second on most of them. So God bless him. All right, Dan, who you got there?
Well, I wish I could sit and have dinner with Bob Baffert and ask him which one he's going to sacrifice to try to knock out Sweet Azteca. Because one of these three are going to, when the gate opens, is going to blast out and go as fast as he can to knock that horse out. The other two are going to get the perfect trip. The question is which one? I like Hope Road. I think Hope Road's the best. I'm just scared to death that she'll be too close. I want her to sit like she did in the ballerina when we cashed a bunch of money on her. Sit third, let Louis gun forward like he loves to do. Let him attach, like Barry said, right to Sweet Azteca. Because there's no way they're going to let Sweet Azteca be 2 in front. They're not going to let that happen. One of those three are just going to go all out to the wall to run with her. And the other two are going to get perfect trips. So I love Hope Road to sit. Again, it's Jose Ortiz, outside post, stalker. And I think she might be the best of the 3 Baffords. So that's why I'm with Hope Road.
Beautiful. Yeah, I get it. You're right. I mean, which is going to be the sacrificial lamb? Who's the canary in the coal mine? But oh man, yeah, it's like if anybody knows, text the group. Okay, Sharice.
I'm going with Dan this race. I'm all over Hope Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jose Ortiz with Baffert. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oof. But you know what? I am going to use an exacta. I may just go Hope Road to the field in the exacta in this, but I kind of like the 10 on the outside, Dan. What do you think? Praying to run second with Johnny V.
Oh, she's definitely a long shot that could hit the board.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that.
Both.
Dan's approval, check. Now I just need to get my husband's approval, check.
Oh, nice.
Just kidding.
we're
Just
about
kidding.
to find we're about to find out right now if he's going to approve on that now.
Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, I think the only horses I like in here are the two or the eight, both of the Bafferts, and the reason is what we just talked about. I don't know which one is going to go, which one's going to stalk, which one's going to try to pick up the pieces. I have no idea, so I'm going to use them both. I like the two and the eight. I think either one is very capable. I think out of all of them, Ricci, the one that Barry picked, I think might be the sacrificial lamb, but I don't know. I don't know because Ricci, I think, can get that distance. And if what Barry says, if that's what Louis is going to do, if Louis is going to go out there and say, screw this plan, I'm going to go with my plan, and I'm going to win this this big $1 million Breeders' Cup race, and the heck with all the plans. He's definitely the right horse. He's gonna try for the right trip at 7 furlongs, but there's no way I can really leave any Bafferts out on 7 furlongs. He's just so good at 7 furlong races because he trains all of his horses so fast at 6 to 7 furlongs in the mornings. It's like they're running races, at 6 in the morning. So this, I think it's going to be all in all their wheelhouses. So. Race number 5. Oh my. I put in big bold letters on the top of this one, wide open race. Do we agree, Mike Crutchfield?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick to what has brought me thousands and stacks of money, and my better half, my person that loves that, because we go out to a nice steak dinner every Breeders' Cup night, and I'm going to go with Arizona Blaze. I again has just won a Grade One race over in Europe, and is 6 to 1 on the line, and that's my top pick.
Okay, that's a good pick. How about you, Barry? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm actually anti-Arizona Blaze, but I do like a Euro in the spot, and this horse I like quite a bit here. One of my focuses on the day is the 7. She's
Huh.
quality. If you go 2 back at the Cura, this horse they ran in the Flying 5 stake, both Arizona Blaze and She's Quality and Bucanero Fortero. All 3 of them, or Fuerte, they all ran in that race, and She's Quality was flying late. Now, the pace of this race is going to be supersonic, and I think that helps her out because she's a closer. Also, the fact that they're going turns. That was a straight 5 furlongs. Going the turns might make a difference for her. She seems to like the firm ground, and she's going to be a price, and I think she's going to really, really show it on Saturday.
Well, that's a heck of a pick, my friend. That'll make some money for people. How about you, Dan? What do you think?
Of all the races in 2 days, this is the one I just don't have a strong opinion. So I'm going to do like Mike said. I'm going to just take all the Euros, and I'm going to add the Japan horse on the outside for one reason. The rag sheet numbers are almost too good to believe. And I know sometimes with these Japanese horses, the rags numbers and the buyers, and they don't all get them right behind the scenes. The time forms sometimes are goofy. But this horse only been on the turf twice and ran a 7 and 8 rag number, which is the fastest in the race, other than when the Saratoga horse, Bring the Band Home, freaked two starts in a row. And so I mean, I'm just gonna just take all the Euros, the Japan horse, and hope I can get through the next race, because I just don't have any opinion in here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a tough one. Sharice, what's your opinion on this?
Well, Dan mentioned my top play, but I can't take credit for this. I like to follow JK on the East Coast, Jonathan Kinchin. And he last night was talking about Bring the Band Home. Remember that, honey? And he was like, this is my top pick, da 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 da. I mean, he's won a grade 2. He didn't do too well in his last race, but Into Mischief out of Street Crime Mare. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to him, and I'm gonna play the 5 at 12 to 1. Bring the Band Home with Hobby on board.
Well, the one thing they were saying, and I agree with JK on this, is if he didn't go up the Woodbine and would have just trained up to the race, what would his morning line be?
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
It'd probably be 3-1.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, you get one bad race, and everybody thinks you're, you're not training well, not getting ready, not, I mean that. Yeah, I mean I get it. It was a grade two, but maybe hindsight they should have just rolled them out here and ran somewhere out here.
Yeah.
But bring the band home.
Bring
Well,
the band home.
I like Arizona Blaze as well. I'm not going to single that horse. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw the homeboy in there, Motorius, only because Motorius is 4 for 5 at Del Mar, and
Yeah.
that is the main reason I'm doing it. From the rail is slightly problematic because this horse likes to finish, and he may get a little bit buried down there on the rail. But if he can work out a trip, I think he's going to be fine. Last year in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, he was on the rail. He lost by a neck. So maybe he can turn the table and get in there. So I'm using Motorius and Arizona Blaze in there. All right. And you said the Japanese horse. That's the one that did that one get in? It's an also eligible 13, right? Puro Magic.
12.
Oh, the 12.
12.
Well, it says Australian, but he was in Japan. I see. Got it. All right. I saw Aus and I'm like, wait a minute, it's Australian horse, but I see what they did. They did the old shipping back to Australia bred, but running in Japan. Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Although I do like the 13 if it gets into Puro Magic. All right, sixth race, and that is Breeders' Cup Sprint Grade 1. Mike, what do you got?
Ben Tornado. I don't know if I've seen a horse run a better race this year, and so I'm going to go ahead. That's going to be my single. Tornado.
Ben Tornado or Ben Tornado or whatever the heck it is.
Tornado or Tornado or Cherise, can you help us with that?
I'm not an English teacher.
Yeah, that's our English teacher.
Our friend Caroline that we always go to the racetrack with, she's a teacher.
Where's Caroline? Where's Carolina when you need her? Okay, what race are you looking at, guys? I'm sorry. I was looking.
That's all right. Ben Tornado, and that's the one Mike picked. When it comes around to you, give us a good pronunciation on it. Okay, Barry, you're up next.
Yeah, this was a tough race. I couldn't split the two horses that I do like. The first one is Banishing. I know you'll see in the past performances, this horse has ran from 6 furlongs all the way up to 1.125 and did well in all of those races. Usually something wacky like that happens in this race where a horse that is going to be super fit runs them down late, and I think Banishing can do that. The other horse attention was Imagination. That race off the bench last time was very, very good. And I think this horse is about to step up again and run a really good race in the sprint. I think that's what this horse wanted to do all along. And Bob's got him in the right spot now.
Okay. All right. Good prices on both of those. Imagination 6-1 morning line and 15-1 with Tyler Galfleon. All right, Dan, who you got here?
Well, this is my all-in play in the BCBC, as Matt Miller's been teaching me that I got to have the nerve to do it, because I've only played in a couple of these BCBCs, and both times I was in position and didn't have the nerve to make the bet. So this time I'm going to do it. So
Okay.
my goal is to get to 25 or 30,000 and bet it all on Ben Tornado.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then whatever I have there, I'm betting it all on Nisos, but that's for later.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get to 140,000. We think that'll win the contest. So to get there, I think Ben Tornado couldn't be doing any better. His works are unbelievable. I know D'Angelo's told every human they're going to win. You get Irad Ortiz. You drew the perfect post, and then when the filly drew the one hole, you probably heard me scream from Cincinnati, because I think that was the only fear to me, is this horse is going to break first or second. Straight No Chaser will be right behind him, but I think he'll put him away. I don't think he's the same horse.
Nope.
Yeah.
I am a little nervous of the Baffert Imagination. I'm a little nervous, but if he lugs in like he did last race, he'll never catch me. But he's the one that if you were making big exactas, that's what I would take 10-7 really big.
Yeah.
All right. Beauty.
You see, did you see that, Steve? The brother right behind you is on the same horse, Ben
Yeah.
Tornado. So
Bentornato.
you
Is
gotta
that
love
the way
it.
we pronounce it, Sharice? What is it?
Ben Tornado,
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
right?
Well, you said it. You said it
Ben
better than we could say.
Tornato, but we will check with Mrs. Harper.
Well,
Mhm.
I think what you do, you check with Larry Colmus. He's the one that's got to say it right.
Yeah.
All right. Who you
All
got
right.
here, Sharice?
Well, before I give you the winner of the Breeders' Cup Sprint, gentlemen, I need to ask Barry. Barry, I'm putting together a late pick four at Del Mar. Who have you got in the last race? I don't think I want to single the two, the Miz and Queen.
Oh, in the very last race?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the Be Your Best, the 7.
Okay. No, that's Lila.
I love that horse a lot in this spot. There's no speed in that race at all, like literally none. Just the Cox horse, Stellify, and Be Your Best. And the Be Your Best is probably going to get the better trip, and she's probably better than that horse anyway. So I expect her to get the same trip she got in the Pegasus Filly Mare Turf, where she kind of stalked and held off Sacred Wish to win that race at a decent price too that day too.
I think you have the wrong race. I meant the last race at Del Mar today to end
Oh,
the pick four.
today.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Wait, I got to try to page
wife,
off.
but my wife never puts off anything. I mean, it is now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
if
know
you're
that
asking
now.
stuff or doing stuff, it is like, okay, what are we doing right now?
Yeah. Hey, Barry, big sister don't play that. She's always, she's all about that business. She keeps us in line.
I see.
Who do you like in the
The,
last race, Barry?
the 3 horse, Mbaya.
Oh, okay.
Same here.
I'm gonna use the two as well. You think I should, or with Barrios, or no?
Yes. Use
Okay.
those 2. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, the winner of the Breeders' Cup Sprint, like I told you, is going to be number 7, Imagination. I think this is
Wow.
JJ. I think this is JJ's best shot for his first Breeders' Cup win on Saturday. I really do. I like the horse. JJ, 6-1 morning line, and amazing that nobody's picking Copion. The way they've talked about this horse, she should win easy, but I don't see it.
Not
Tough
from
post.
Yeah,
The
but
one post is tough.
if she can
14
get
horses.
out, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I agree with what everybody's saying. The one post for sure. I mean, this horse ran from the one post once, but it was a 4-horse race, so it's not that doesn't really count. You're hopefully not getting buried with 4 horses in the race, but yeah, I don't know. I think I agree with everybody. Ben Tornado. I mean, I just think that's a great horse. Coming into its own and how much better can it get? I guess we're going to find out in a couple of days. I think Copion's got a shot to get in there, and the other horse I was going to put in as we get through here. I think Nakatomi is going to have a shot at getting in the trifectas, so I'm going to put Nakatomi in there as well. And that is going to be it for me in that race. And on to race 7. Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff Grade 1. Longines, the watch that no way I can afford. Mike, who you got?
Simple for me. Seismic Beauty.
Oh,
Another single. I think Baffert's going to have a big day, and I love that horse. And that horse loves Del Mar. Basically, 3 races, 2 wins, 1 second. I love that horse.
Okay. Love is a strong word, Barry. Do you have similar words on race 7?
Yes, but not for that horse. I like Cliquot, the 3.
oh,
Oh,
I was at Indiana, Horseshoe Indianapolis when this horse won the Indiana Oaks, and she ran through the track that day, meaning that it was heavily biased towards speed, and she came off the pace. She was the only horse that came off the pace that day. She came out of that race and ran big in the cotillion, and she needed that race and still won. This is the race she's going to run her best race, and she's going to win. I don't think we're going to get quite 10-1, but we're going to be close. I'm all in with Cleco.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful. Everybody loves a 10-1 shot. Dan, what do you got here?
I think Barry's on the right horse in the right race, the right preparation. I think either Cleco's going to win or Dry Powder's going to win. I think one of these 2 3-year-old is going to win. I think they might be older horses. I don't think they're very good, and I think this race for an upset. And I think they'll both be sitting right behind Seismic Beauty. And if she don't pull away and win, one of these 2 3-year-old fillies is going to light the board up.
Wow. Got it.
Wow.
All right. Rock and roll. We got some money flying around. What do you got, Sharice? You got any money flying around?
I'm the odd girl out here. I absolutely love the number 1 Nitrogen. It was funny that race with the Jin beat her last time. That was a 5-horse field, if I recall. We were at Bessel's Club that day, honey, and I had gone all in a pick 3, and Jin I bet to win, and I think she was the longest price of the 5 left over. But I love Nitrogen with Jose Ortiz, Mark Cassie. Simple as that. But I am going to use Clicquot in exactas and probably add Jin for tries.
Okay. Excellent. 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 And when you look at Clicquot, right? I mean, it's Indianapolis Horseshoe Parks, but don't let that fool you. I mean, this horse they bred to Quality Road for 150K, and Pratt's not getting on board just for the air.
If you want a real long shot in that race, Scylla. Yeah. Scylla should be coming late. This horse improved. They stopped sending this horse long for whatever reason. She's going back to a 1 1/8, and I think that's her best distance. She's going to be a big price.
You didn't even give me a chance to pick my pick.
Oh, Don't tell me it was Scylla.
Barry, you stole my thunder, brother.
Oh, I didn't think you were going that way.
I was going that way, baby. Yeah, I was going Scylla. Absolutely. I mean, certainly the jockey trainer combo of Mont and Alvarado are hotter than a pistol. They've been for about 1.5 years now. But yeah, I really, really love this horse, and it certainly can get the distance. And I think this one is sitting pretty. I mean, and the work at Del Mar. I mean, he's running holes through the wind. I mean, you got to be kidding me. So I think this horse is super live. I like Scylla, but I may put in Seismic Beauty just to cover my rear end on it. The other one I think is got a puncher's chance here is Gunsong. The 10 horse. I just have a weird feeling, call it a hunch, but this one I think is going to be a grinder. If it's a pace meltdown, if there's something that goes wrong up front, this horse is just going to keep on grinding. And if something goes wrong and strange, look for that 10 to pick up the pieces. And I think the other one, and I think it's got a puncher's chance, is the 12 Darth Vader. This Darth Vader did what Dan said that the other horse should have done, I think, is, at Saratoga, Personal Ensign loses by a nose to Torpedo Anna. No shame there, of course. And
I can tell you the DRF people on site here really like the way Darth Vader's been training.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's been training since August. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a horse that decided, okay, we're aiming for the big race here. Why the hell are we going to even run him? Let's just don't run this horse. Let's wait. Let's try to fire the best shot here. And this one has not disappointed in a lot of things. Won the Ogden Phipps. The Troyen lost by a length and a half. The Molly Pitcher by 3. Personal Ensign probably could have won that race and did amazingly. So I like Darth Vader in there. So. Darth Vader and Scylla for me. All right.
Post break, 1 minute post race number 6 here at Del Mar to start the lead.
What do you got there, Mike Crutchfield? This is the Long Jeans Breeders' Cup Turf.
Yeah. Again, I'm against the favorite. I'm against the 8. I just don't like the way that horse got short the last time. So I'm against that horse, and I'm gonna play the number 2, Goliath. And I think that horse is coming into it really, really good. And at 8-1, that's the horse I'm gonna play.
Okay.
I don't like a horse that has had daylight wins and then all of a sudden gets beat like that. That horse may be falling out of form, and I've seen it a bunch of times, and I'm staying away from that horse.
Okay. Fair enough. And Goliath certainly knows how to travel. You look at the running
Yeah.
lines on this horse. My gosh. What do you got? Great Britain, France, Japan, Hong Kong, Germany. Yeah, this got a lot of stamps in his passport. So,
Oh,
who
yeah.
do you like, Barry?
You know, I tend to agree a little bit with Mike on Mini Hawk. I know this horse is super talented, probably the best horse in the field, but I think the campaign has been tough, hard, and long, and that last race was really tough in the arc. I'm gonna go with number 3, Amalok. This horse was undefeated going into the last race at the Curragh, finished second, which is obviously a prep for this one, and arguably ran their best race. And I think this horse can improve off of that and run big here. Saw this horse this morning, look really good. So my chips are on Amalok.
All right, beautiful. That's 10-1 morning line. You probably get most of that, I would think. Although I like that horse too for later. Dan, who do you got?
Yeah, Barry just stole my thunder here. I've always said, if you're betting pick 4s, pick 5s into the classic, just use all the Euros or all the ones you can afford. And I think 1, 2, 3, 8 are obvious. Just put them on your ticket. You lock the race up. You can't lose, and then root for Amalok. And I'll tell you one more thing about Amalok. I love 3-year-olds. The 3-year-olds coming from Europe have won this race many times. The other Euro has won this race many times. And the horse Alrifa that beat Amalok for his only loss of his career is the favorite for the Melbourne Cup. In a 30-horse field, he's the favorite. So he didn't lose to some bum. He lost to a really, really nice horse. And like you said, I think it was probably a prep for coming here anyway. So I think Amalok's going to run gigantic. 10-1 reminds me of Dangerous Midge. I really think this horse is going to run big and make the last run, because we all know Rebels Romance is going to make that early move, right? We've seen him enough. We know he's going to make a move on the backside to take the lead. That nobody other than Joel Rosario ever tries that. But for some reason, Rebels Romance always does it. And then Mini Hawk's going to have to chase. So she's going to go, because that's the way she runs. And I think they're going to be heads apart when they turn that bend, and Amalok's just going to be sitting there waiting, and he might explode down the middle of the track like Magician did out there and might win. So I think Amalok's got a huge chance.
Okay. Excellent. Go Amalok. Go Amalok. What do you think, Therese? Are you on Amalok like all of us? Oh,
No.
boy.
No. Hey, Dan, did you hear that Bill Mott is starting a horse in the Melbourne Cup?
Oh, yeah, that off the turf horse.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're praying that it doesn't rain. I heard him interviewed this morning on the backside of Del Mar, and he says, "Well, we're praying for a tight turf."
He should
So
be the favorite in the Breeders' Cup marathon. They should have never got rid of that race.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. I like that race.
Well, here comes my long shot of the day, and you guys can laugh at me, and I don't really know why, other than I just have a feeling that this horse is going to get there. Number 14 on the outside, Ethical Diamond for William Mullins. Did you know that's the stepbrother to Jeff Mullins?
No.
No.
He's not. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Breaking news here on A Kiss for Luck.
Yeah.
Whoosh, reel him in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really know why he won his last two races. I'm just taking a stab because I did mark Mini Hawk as a single in pick fours, pick fives, but I'm gonna use this horse. I'm gonna use this horse. So 14, Ethical Diamond.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Well, I'm on Emalock too. I promise I circled him right here. Yeah, I like Emma Lockwell for a lot of the same reasons that y'all were talking about, and the same reasons that Dan said. If you're playing exotic wagers, multi-race wagers, you got to put all the euros in there. Rebel's Romance could win this thing again. I mean, that's no problem. I mean, this thing, this horse. Again, I didn't mean again, but you know what I mean. The This horse could win, no problem. I mean, it's that type of horse that is just yeah, win again. Yeah, won last year. Never mind, I was correct the first time. He could win again. He could do the same thing he's done, and he had a nice little training run over at Aqueduct and Belmont Aqueduct, and he's ready to roll. And Appleby is like 90% with his horse when he comes over here, so you can't put it out. I don't see any of the domestic horses winning. I just don't. So I would put as many euros as I can in that race, which leads us to the ninth race, Breeders' Cup Classic.
Yay.
$7 million purse this go around. We had a defector, unfortunately. The big horse is gone, Sovereignty, which certainly mixes things up a little bit here. So there's going to be some competition. I love Sovereignty, and it was tough for me to get around Sovereignty. I certainly didn't want to bet him at 4 to 5, but now we don't need to worry about that, do we, Mike? Who you got?
I want the horse that was chasing Sovereignty, and I want Beeza. And that was my Kentucky Derby pick. I don't like journalism at all. I don't know what's happened to that horse. That horse used to be a horse that was 3 or 4 lengths off the pace. Now that horse is dropping all the way out of it, and it's turned into kind of like a plotter. And I don't think that horse has a shot. And I think Beeza is going to be, sitting third or fourth, and is going to come get all the candy.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think there, Barry, on the big race?
Yeah, this is it. It was always a tough race with Sovereignty in there. Now it's even tougher because of the fact that not much has changed, and it's a real gamble to take a horse like Fierceness, who could end up in a speed duel with contrarian thinking. So I'm tended to go with the wild card in mind frame in this spot, even though the horse doesn't really feel, like a horse that you would want going into a race like this. But I think the mystery makes the appeal a lot better because of the fact that this horse is versatile, could be off the pace, on the pace, wherever they can sit. He's obviously super talented, probably the most talented horse in this field. It's just putting it all together in a race like this. He hasn't really done it. I wouldn't want to mess with, somebody who's a cheaper price. Him at 10 to 1 seems like a good bet.
Okay, sounds good. Mind frame. And what are you thinking on this one, Dan?
Sorry about that. My phone's going crazy because we just got our 6-1 single home at Del Mar, so everybody's going nuts right now. The Big
Nice.
Greg.
Yeah, didn't
Clubhouse
have that horse.
14-20. So, all right, but back to the classic. I like the picture races in my head, and I think contrary thinking is going to lead to the 6 furlong pole, and then I think those 3 horses, Nevada and Mindframe and Fierceness, are all going to rush by, and they're all going to try to get the first move on the other one. And at least in this race, I don't think Rapoli's going to tell one of them to not try, right? So they're going to go together. They have to. Unless one of them just happens to run out of their skin, those 3 should move together. I don't think the Baffert's good enough So I think Mind Frame and Fierceness are going to be in front when they turn the bend. Unfortunately, the best money rider on the planet by far, Flavian Pratt, is going to be sitting right behind them. And he's going to make that same move that he made last year, where he loves to come early in them big races. He's going to explode, and I think, barring a bad trip, Sierra Leone's going to tangle with those two at the eighth pole, and I think Sierra Leone's going to run by, and then Forever Young and Baeza got a puncher's chance. I Mind Frame I'd take over Fierceness, just because I think we know what Fierceness is, and I just don't think he wants a mile and a quarter against a quality field. A mile and a quarter against only journalism is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing in there except journalism. So
Mhm.
I just don't think he's going to keep going. And I think Mind Frame is going to bother him. And I can't fault anybody taking Mind Frame, but I think Sierra Leone's going to run by.
Okay. Well, we certainly don't have any mystery about what my Sierra Leone's going to do. He's not going to go to the lead right away. That's for darn sure. But and best closer in the field, of course. And Charisse, what do you think?
Well, I think my horse may go up to the lead and just put it in neutral and coast all the way home. I'm going with Nevada Beach, Dan.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Mike Smith, coming off that 4 month rest, he wins the Goodwood easy. Uh, 20 to 1 morning line, Mikey and Baffert. But I'll tell you, I am going to double if I'm going to use the pick four, pick fives. I still like Forever Young. I think that horse has something that can win this. I really do. They made a comment, was it Kinchin on his webinar last night about the best horse having the worst jockey? I guess he got condemned for that ride last year. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to put any win money on Forever Young, but I think he'll be there. So I'm going to use the five and the three, the master, Bob Baffert, Nevada Beach.
Okay. All righty, you ready? Well, who do I got here? I certainly like Sierra Leone, and I think Sierra Leone, in my opinion, is going to win this race. I really believe that. I just don't know if I'm going to single him or not. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to put in Forever Young also. That's the horse I think that it's very interesting. I try to look at certain things here. I mean, this horse has earned over $15 million in its career. And last Breeders' Cup, we talked about the ride that Sakai gave him. So what do? They go back to Japan and they keep Sakai on. They keep Sakai on, and they've kept Sakai on for 4 races after that bad ride. And what has he done? He's gone first, first, third, first. And the third, only 2 lengths back, was the Dubai World Cup.
Mm.
So it's not like this horse is a horrible horse, and this guy a horrible jockey. I mean, this horse is tough stuff, and I just think that I'm going to go Forever Young and Sierra Leone in my picks there, and I will just probably go Forever Young win place because we're going to get a better price on them, and that's what I believe is going to happen here. And I'm counting on what's his first name, Roshu Sakai or whatever, uh, R Sakai. He is going to learn from his lessons last year, and I think he's gonna win this race. So I'm betting on the 5. All right, race 10, the Fanduel Breeders' Cup Mile. And we are going to lead it off with Mike, who is getting a little bit of fresh air out there. So you were jealous that Barry was outside, weren't you? Uh-oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, why don't you go to Barry and I'll go after Barry?
Okay, fair enough. All right,
You're
Mike's
after Barry.
Mike's going to go get the mail. And Barry, what do you got in the 10th race here? Beers Cup Mile.
Yeah, I don't think this race is real tough, but I tend to think the Euros will dominate here as well. The 10 horse Jonquil. If you watch that last race up at Keeneland, the Turf Mile, this horse was extremely wide and closed like a freight train. And the way they rode that horse, it looked like a total prep. And I think this horse is sitting on a really, really, really big race. I'll take 10-1 all day on a horse like this.
The 10 horse Jonquil. Jonquil. Very good. Yeah, nice little prep race at Keeneland. I think he's ready to roll. Are you ready for us, Mike?
Yeah, I am. And I'm going to take the number 3, Ceylan from Ireland. I like that horse just coming off of a upset win in a Grade 1 race with 116 buyer. I don't want anything to do with Johannes against these Euros. They're just too good. And so that's the horse I'm going to go with.
Okay, the 3 at 6-1 morning line. I like it. How about you there, Dan?
I like the same horse, but I think it's a major spread race if you're betting pick 4s and 5s. I'd use the same philosophy, take all the Euros and hope the highest price wins. And I would also throw in the Japanese horse Argine again because of that weird Ragusan's sheet just loves this horse. Just giving him 7s every time he runs, 7, 7, 7, 3 in a row, and he gets Frankie Dettori, and he's going to be 30-1. So I'm just going to take all the Euros, throw in the Japanese horse. But if you made me pick one, it would be the 3 Ceylan.
Yep, I like that bomb too. That 9. What do you think, Sharice?
Well, I'm singling the 11 Rhetorical with Irad Ortiz. 4 wins in a row, ending in the Turf Mile at Keeneland at a mile distance. Bill Walden, why not? Number 11, Rhetorical, maybe $1 exact of that horse to the field.
USA, USA. Good job, Sharice. Way to pick a local horse,
Well,
doggone
okay.
it. Let's
Yeah.
hear it for that.
Okay. Should we share with these fine gentlemen how often I win Breeders' Cup days?
No, that's not.
Don't admit that.
But you know what? Look.
You know, every year I go into it with the same thought process. This year's different. Back in '84 when it started, my dad and I mean, that was our big day when it was one day back then. And it's like, I'm going to nail it, Dad. I'm going to nail it. He would. I wouldn't. I just Dan, send me your really, really top picks if you could.
Okay.
All right.
Put
So
$2 on them.
So in that 10th race, I agree with Dan there. I just I feel the same way. I mean, it's unfortunately, Sharice, I believe it's going to be a Euro. I certainly like the 3. I kind of like the Lion in Winter, the Irish bred. So I like the 3 and the 4 if I'm going to bet win place, but I'm going to put in as many Euros as humanly possible in that race, which leads us to the 11th race, the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Mike Crutchfield, what you got?
Very simple for me. And I think Dan may be right with me on this. I'm singling Nisos. I think that horse is one of the most talented horses, on earth that has just had bad luck. And I'm going to single that horse. And if it's anything close to 2-1, I'm going to bet him until the clerk comes up and says, "Do you know Dan and Barry? Because you must know those two because they are sending it in on this horse too." So anyway, I'm going to bet that horse until they tell me I can't bet him no more.
Okay. That's a pretty strong opinion, Mike. How strong is your opinion, Barry? And is it the same horse?
Absolutely. I don't think this horse can lose. But I'm going to lay it in strong on a try with Citizen Bull and the other horse there. What's the other one I'm going to use? 7-2 horse. Full Serrano.
Oh, full strong.
Just going to lay it in, tries Nisos over those two and see what we get. But I really think they're going to pound it there.
You got it. All right. Okay, Dan, we're going to have quorum again here?
Yeah, you know what they say about a plan? It's a well orchestrated plan until you get punched in the face. Mike Tyson's famous line.
Yep.
Well, the plan is to get to around 70 or 80,000 in the BCBC to get to this horse. Now, I tried in my mind for 3 weeks to beat this horse, but then when they came out with the odds and the posts and everything, it just I don't know how he loses. And I love Pratt in big money races. If I have $75,000 to bet on this horse, I'm going to make the bet and then go cry for 30 minutes that I actually had the nerve to do it. But I'm trying to win it, and if I don't think he'll be anywhere near 8-5. I think you're looking at probably 3-5. And I just don't trust anything to be second or third to bet exactas. I don't like the favorite in the next race, so I might make some doubles, but I just think Nysos is the winner.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that, Sharice.
Nysos, my single. I do like the thought of using Citizen Bull in the exacta. Did you know, do either of you, okay, school time. Do either of you gentlemen know the meaning of Nysos?
No, no.
Definitely not.
Charisse, tell us. Okay, I will. It's an acronym for the New York String Orchestra Seminar.
Oh boy.
And it's also the name of a racehorse, is what AI said. So,
That's
New
what AI
York
says. Huh?
String
Okay.
Orchestra. Yeah. Oh,
That's
well.
beautiful. Well,
I
thank you,
thought it would be
Sharice.
more exciting than that. I'm sorry.
You know what? You're bringing a little culture into our program here, and we appreciate that, dear. That's
Yes.
very nice that you do that, and
Uh,
I like Nysos too. I mean that last race, oh my gosh, and like Mike said earlier, I mean he just finally, I mean she or he finally figured it out. I think the horse has finally figured how to just sit there and relax, and then when it's time to go, it's time to go, and it went. And
mhm.
so that's what they've been waiting for, and that's why you pay the big bucks for horses like that. So, all right, let's go to the 12th race, the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. Normally there's a Maker's Mark in here, but not today. So, Mike, what do you got there?
Yeah, so Steve, I'm going to give everybody just three horses to get you through. Use 5, 9, and 11. Use 5, 9, and 11. That should get you through that. These Euros, again, are going to run over our horses in this race. I like 5, 9, and 11. And those are my picks, and I'm going to box that up and in a trifecta and exacta and hope for the best.
Okay, 5, 9, 11. Barry, what program are you on? The same one?
Yes, sir. No, not on the same one. I revealed my pick earlier. It's the 7. Be Your Best.
Yeah.
The only way that American horses beat Europeans in the Breeders' Cup is when they have a distinct pace advantage. And I don't think there's a lot of speed in here. I think it's only Stellify and Be Your Best. I think Be Your Best can really sit a great trip, stalking that horse, pouncing, and then holding off everybody else, closing late. That's the trip that we want. Irad can do it. That's probably the best way he rides.
Yeah.
Definitely not when he's on the lead. But if he so happens to get to the lead, that's okay too. This horse won at Santa Anita in the Gamely Grade 1, going away on the lead, and they'll get that kind of pace. So I like Be Your Best at a huge price.
Sure is. Yeah, he'll be every bit of that, no doubt about it. 30 to 1, you probably get 45 or 50, but Irad, you might get 45. Okay, Dan, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to use all the Euros, the same numbers that Mike said. I would throw the 4 Village Voice in because he's got a trip over the track at Belmont there, and one pretty easy. Run a really nice Ragusan number, run a good buyer number. That horse fits and going to be 15 or 20 to 1. So I'm going to use all those other Euros. The only American horse I'm going to use, and maybe it's the Brad Cox in me, because since I bet on him nonstop. I watched Stellify win the last 2 starts, and she was not stopping. And I'm the same as Barry, and I think Irad's going to say she can't win. I'm taking 2 lengths off of her and relaxing. And if she does that, Stellify doesn't stop. She's going to have to come get her. And I mean, this horse could be 40 or 50 to 1 turning for home, 3 in front, and everybody else going, uh-oh, she's not stopping. We better hurry up and ride because she don't stop. So I have to throw her in, even though she probably has no chance. I cannot let Brad Cox beat me in the last race of the Breeders' Cup at 50 to 1. I just can't do it. So she's got to be on my ticket.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Therese, what do you got?
I like the 13, Cherie DeVoe, winning her second Breeders' Cup, I think it is, with She Feels Pretty. Johnny V, interesting enough, Jose Ortiz does not have a mount in this race. Is he getting on a plane or something to get home? But he's not riding for her. So Johnny V, oh, Johnny V's ridden the horse all the
Yeah.
time. Never mind. I didn't even look at that. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I'm going to go with the 13 on top. And it's funny, Dan, I marked the 4 Village Voice in exactas and tries with the 6 Diamond Rain. So for Appleby. So
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same program. I got 4, 5, 9, 11. The 9 is the one I'm going to bet to win. Buick and Appleby, just because it's Buick and Appleby. If you got to pick a Euro, you might as well pick that twosome. They're ridiculously good when they come over here. So it's all about the Euros in that last race, just kind of like what we've been talking about on the turf anywhere. Always Euros all the time, every time. So that kind of wraps up our deal here. So let's go around here. Mike, where are you going to be for Breeders' Cup? Where are you watching it at?
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in Reno at the Peppermill Hotel doing a seminar. So I will be there. You know, driving out tomorrow morning, doing a seminar Friday night, and
Got a little pause. Got a
uh-oh.
little pause in the action. I knew when you were driving there. It was we had something going on. Okay. How about you, Dan? Where are you going to enjoy this from?
Turfway Park with my dad. We're going to be sitting there in the back room and betting away. And then I've told him, I said, if I'm in position to win the BCBC, you're not leaving for dinner. You can
Yeah.
tell the girlfriend she's got to wait.
Good for you. Yeah, certain things are important here. Well, it turns out we lost two
Lost Mike.
due to internet. Barry just texted me, but that's okay. And Sharice and I, where are we going to be? Los Alamitos?
No, tomorrow we're going to be home.
Tomorrow.
I already have breakfast being served, then we have sandwiches midday. Then we're
That's
going
right.
to a friend's house for cocktails Friday evening. Saturday, we have a huge table in the Vessels Club, and we're going to be with some friends, and we're going to roll into night racing Saturday night. So
Nice.
Yeah, well, she's my social planner, so I don't even know. I just look at my phone and it's like, okay, where are we going to be, honey? Okay, fine. What am I supposed to wear? Okay, thanks. So I'd probably be staying at home if I didn't have a wife. So thank God for you, babe.
hey,
Anyway, I'm sorry.
can I,
Sorry.
can I ask Dan a
Yeah,
quick
go ahead.
question about this CAW thing?
Yep.
What do you think about this? This Ryan Dickey, who they said wagers $100 a week. To me, that's a very generous budget, but I know to you guys it's not. But he's filing this lawsuit through Hagens and Berman, the attorneys. And what do you think is going to happen with this?
Well, I like Ryan quite a bit. Former firefighter that tried to get into horse racing. He resigned being a firefighter to get some jobs in horse racing, and it didn't work out for him. But he's a really nice guy. I didn't ask him this, but I really believe his name's just on it. It's some other big horse players begging him to do it, and they got this law firm behind him that's a very respected law firm. So
Yeah.
will it go anywhere? Probably not. I just hope in the long run it will make the racetracks not allow the CAWs to have a completely unfair advantage over the rest of us. And that's I don't care how much money they bet. If they want to bet 10 million, that's fine. But you can't give them 15, 16% rebates when you're giving $1 million players 11, 12%. You're giving 400,000 guys 7, 8%. I mean, that's an advantage in itself. But then they also give them access to the pools, which is ridiculous. They sit at Santa Anita with their computer screens in a private room, and they get access to every pick four pool, every pick five pool. And what I mean by that is they can see every combination. So as it gets closer to post, they can look and say, okay, with the algorithm, the 2 wins and the 1 wins and the 3 wins and the 6 wins, what if the 7 wins the last? What does it pay? They know.
That's not
They
right.
know. We don't know that. That's not fair.
No.
So especially like in rainbow pick sixes
Mhm.
and regular pick six pools, they can look at the last race and say, well, if this combination hits, what horses are alive in the last leg? Well, then they just bet that combination.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's no winners on these 4 horses. Well, just make a ticket then. Boom, 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 boom. How's that fair? That is not.
And that's exactly right. Because if we all knew what the best payout is, that's what we try to bet if it's not covered.
Yeah,
And how many times have we been that we've seen the payouts and we said, how in the heck is somebody alive to those horses?
Yeah.
and they claim nobody's pass posting. But guys, I was involved in pass posting from 16 years old to 22 years old when I stood under a TV at River Downs, and they had about a second and a half on every 2-year-old race before the tote machine closed. And
Yeah.
I was the caller. I was the one that stared under the TV and screamed whoever broke in front. And the tellers would all sit there and hit their 50 to win, their 20 to win, their 5 to win on whoever I call.
Yeah.
So to think
wow.
they could do that in 1980, but can't do that now with these computer geniuses behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and somehow a horse breaks 2 in front at 12 to 1 at Keeneland, and he's 6 to 1 down the backside.
Yeah.
Crosses the wire 3 in front at 7 to 2. You're
Yeah.
telling me that they just all bet it while they were in the gate? I don't buy it. I think
Nope.
somebody's getting access to the tote behind the scenes, and they need to cut that off. And that's what I'm hoping, that this investigation, because I know the racetracks are scared to death of one thing, and that's discovery.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid of discovery. And if they get the discovery and they have to give everybody and all those attorneys access to all these sites on exactly when those bets were made, look out. Oh, one was bet 3 seconds after they went off.
Oh, wow.
Then all hell's going to break loose.
And discovery for everything else. I mean, that's how the NFL with John Gruden and all that stuff came out. All of a sudden they were investigating the owner, and then they grabbed all the text messages, and here we go.
Yep,
So,
and that's where it could get really scary. That somebody bet 200, 100 after the race started. He's just a normal guy sitting at a computer. Well, okay. Well, if he can do it, how do you know the guy that works at the ADW can't do it, which happened with the pick 6 years ago? These ADWs get all these computer geniuses. It only takes one of them that likes to bet and just keeps saying, well, the tote's open for 2 seconds after the bell, so I'm just going to take whoever breaks in front.
exactly. I get it.
I just think there's some things that need to be taken care of with these calls. I wish they'd do 5 minutes. I know that'll never happen.
Right.
2 minutes isn't long enough, but up to the bell is ridiculous. They can't keep. I mean, the Keeneland meet was a zoo because of that, and it's only going to get worse if they keep letting them do it. And actually, one of the big shots at Churchill was texting me all day Sunday and Wednesday, asking me, "Did you see anything in our odds to make us have to address this? Because this shouldn't happen here." And it didn't happen Sunday or Wednesday. There was no weird drops after the break because they're not allowing it. So there's ways to stop it.
Of course you can. It's just and that I think leads to a bigger topic, and maybe we'll talk about it another time. But the bigger topic about how horse racing in the United States. I mean, we can't. I mean, we never get together. I mean, we can't get together on it. You got California on its own little island out here, and then we've got New York. Hey, we do things the way we do things in New York, and then Florida, and then the Midwest, Kentucky, we do our thing. And if we could all get together, that'd be great. But nobody wants to share. Nobody wants to
Right.
go in lockstep with anybody else because
Well, nobody wants anybody to find out who owns these CAWs because some of them own the racetracks. Some of them are presidents at racetracks. I
you have
mean,
to be.
they don't want anything to change because I guarantee you, Santa Anita, they sit in the most prestigious room there. So
Yeah.
somebody involved with ownership is running those calls or involved in them, or they wouldn't let them have all that.
Of
So
course.
it's just not fair. They got to do something. I know we need the money, but you can't just let somebody have a completely unfair advantage. That's just not fair.
And when that happens, then the game starts going down, and everybody screams like they have over many years about horse racing off and on. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Well, if you can't get the betting thing down, then the jockeys and the trainers and the owners and the backside, and then the horses, what you give them, you don't give them. I mean, all that be damned if you can't figure out the gambling part of it,
Right.
because
I mean,
none of that's going to matter.
if basketball or baseball did this where they didn't announce any injuries, football too, and they walked out the normal starting fives out to the tip, and nobody knew who was hurt and who wasn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Except the computer wagers. They
Yeah.
threw it up, the ball goes out of bounds, and three starters walk off the floor and say, "Well, I was never going to play."
Yeah.
The computers knew it, but none of us knew it. And that happened every game. Wouldn't people be screaming?
Yeah.
I mean,
It
can
sure
you
would.
imagine in the NFL, three starters just walk off the field after the first play and never come back in? Well, he was never going to play. He just had to for gambling purposes. He had to suit up. And it sounds ridiculous, but that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's a slope that we're already sliding down, and we just gotta stop it and get it rolling. But I think what we need, I mean, out where you are, it's there's more of okay, we need to fix this and make it better. Out in California, we're just trying to survive out here, and keep horse racing around because there's
Yeah.
just not enough horses, not enough tracks, not enough anything.
Well,
So
that's the big thing. We got to get horse population back up. And the only way to do that is to make it cost effective for the small guys that they can afford to breed horses. I mean, it costs so much money. You can't just have all these multi-million-dollar guys all wanting to breed to the same five horses and that's it.
yeah,
That doesn't work. And then Heisa wants to scratch everybody at Belterra and Pleasanton and
Yeah.
Turf Paradise. And, I mean, if you come in and scratch every 7, 8, 9 year old, who's going to run?
Yeah.
That's all they got left. You got to let them do what they need to do to get them on the track as long as, it's not a detriment to the horse. But I mean, I know like the smaller tracks, they don't want any part of Heisa because they're hiding their horses from them and, because they want to scratch at anything that even. I mean, you knew the minute Sovereignty had a fever, that horse wasn't going to run,
No.
even if Mont wanted to run him. Heisa wasn't going to let that horse run.
Mm,
God forbid he turned for home and broke down.
exactly.
There's no way. Every Derby week, there's 10 horses scratched. I mean, look what they did to Safi Joseph. The poor guy had 2 horses go down, and they tried to ruin his life.
Yep.
Mhm.
sure
I mean,
did.
they literally tried to ruin the guy's life. And
Yeah.
then they come out after the cropsy, they couldn't find anything, and they dug through those horses. They did everything humanly possible to find something, and they couldn't find anything. So he went back to Florida, and now he's one of the best trainers in the country. But they were trying to ruin him, and that kind of stuff's just not fair. You know, I wish they'd quit going after certain trainers, but then they won't go after other trainers. But the bottom line is we need more horses.
Yep. Yep.
Got to get way more horses, or we have to consolidate, and nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, we had a podcast this morning, a YouTube channel with Pete Perella of Legacy Ranch out here, and Pete and his wife Ev are friends of ours, and so he agreed to come on, and we talked about the status of horse racing in California, and exactly what he said. He said there's probably about 900 horses that they're going to breed this year, and you can go back. He said 20, 25 years, it was 5,000.
I was going to say it had to be 5, 6 times that.
Yep. Yep. So he said this is the first time they're under 1,000 in years. So, in fact, he doesn't even remember now that I think about it. He said the lowest he's ever seen is 1,200. I think last year, or the year before, it was 1,200. So, I mean, it's not going the right way, but it sure doesn't help when you get rid of Golden Gate, First Bay Meadows, and Golden Gate, and you're just, and then the fair circuit gone, Fairplex and Pomona. I mean, all these are just out, and you've got, and then of course, we can't do the racinos because of Vegas. So there's just so many problems that are out here that we can't fix, and certainly we're getting no political help at all from Sacramento because they just love to cater to PETA and all the other folks saying these horses are treated so poorly. It's like, yeah, I wish I was treated as poorly as the horses we used to own.
Right.
Oh, my Lord.
Exactly. And forget about all the employment on the backside. I mean, come on. I mean, you got tens of thousands of people, that need those jobs,
Mhm.
and I mean, that's the way they live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's a bad deal. I'm scared that in our lifetime, it's gonna end up being Florida, Kentucky, Arkansas, New York, and we're not gonna have anything on the West Coast.
Hmm.
Yep,
I mean,
it's trending that way, unless
that
they
would not be a good thing. But
no,
I
not
could,
at all, because you gotta have both coasts. You gotta have it, and because now it's not even nationwide. I mean, what the heck's that all about? I mean, you gotta have it all coasts because we can, on the West Coast. I mean, look how beautiful it is here in California. I mean, we've got almost perfect, Chamber of Commerce weather for this darn thing, and you're not I mean, what's the weather like where you are right now, Dan?
I was just saying that this morning. I said, imagine if it was at Belmont this year. They
Oh,
had to cancel today because it was so
Yeah.
bad. Churchill was a quagmire. It's
Yeah.
been raining cats and dogs here all week. They can't even run on the turf. So, I mean, it would be really scary. Uh, but again, why do we have to wait so long? Why can't we run it at the first part of October? I don't understand it,
yeah,
but
there's that too. Well, there's tradition, man. The tradition of the whatever. We could get into all this stuff, but we've taken the viewers time enough here. But hopefully, we you understand our passion for the sport because we all love it so much, and hopefully we can save it and move forward, and hopefully we make some money. It looks like you got some bankroll, Mister, so you're in good shape for tomorrow.
Yep,
And
and I'm about to bet on the 11 here, another bullet if I get a decent price, but I don't know. I think they're going to make the 7 favorite. I'm hoping so I can get 4-1 on the 11
What
there you
race?
go.
Del Mar, last race?
in the eighth.
In the eighth, yeah. Look at
Oh, the
Sheree.
eighth.
She's
Oh, the
peeking.
eighth.
The eighth.
All right. So she's on her phone now betting it. Okay, good job,
Okay,
Dan.
so daily double. What, Dan?
We better get the heck out of here before Dan costs us any more money. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'm sorry that Barry and Mike weren't here to say goodbye. They both at separate times lost an internet connection. They both texted me, but they're here with us in spirit. Cheers. Raise a glass, raise a
Oh,
toast, and
yes.
whatever, and
Hey,
let's
hey,
there you go. A little
let's
Mountain Dew.
let's drink to a safe Breeders' Cup for horses, jockeys, and may we all win a lot of money. A lot.
Absolutely.
I like that idea. Alrighty, folks. Had a kiss for luck. We like to say goodbye with a kiss.
Bye,
Take
Dan.
care, all. Bye now.
Thanks for having